So, not a good morning so far.
Steady does it.
Alright, I am being very, very wary of traps. Skynbone. What's this over here? Is that just... okay, I guess that's nothing. It's another banner dripped with blood. Scanite scripture, we already have one of those. We'll take it though. Lockpicks. Guess you guys aren't going to attack me now, which sucks because you should, because I don't like you.
I'm here.
Excuse me. I need to let Sagani scout ahead in front of everybody else, because that's why I keep getting hit with these traps. She's behind everybody. Plus 10% or plus 10 deflection against ranged attacks grants mirrored image. That's a good pickup for one of my back people here, maybe. But they probably already have something good. This actually plus 15 endurance. This actually might be better for Aloth than something that's just max endurance. In fact, Aloth, yeah, take that. Sagani, you have what? Plus 1 stealth and perception. Alright, I'll just leave that probably because you guys probably have stuff that's actually useful. Yeah, you do. Pelagina, you've got that plus 9 will priest thing. Alright, good enough. And Sagani, I'm guessing there's nothing in this barrel. Fine crossbow, okay. Now, let's take a peek this way. Scotty, move ahead. At least I can, like, take the chests these guys are around and it's not considered stealing. That's nice. A grappling hook. I just got done using some, so that's handy. Money. This is Sagani, move ahead by herself rather than drag everybody. Then again, this room looks like it might have something going on in it, so maybe I ought to bring everybody else down. Just in case. I don't want, like, Sagani getting attacked.
I'm here. It's done.
Lots of money, another grappling hook. Garnet. Another blood symbol on a banner. I better get everybody back up. everybody else back over here. Before I see what this is, probably just a extra way to get across the bridge, I'm guessing. Path ends in a precipice. The remains of a ruined bridge lie on the other side of the chasm. Inspect the area. Darkness below continues as far as you can see. Broken stone pillars, remnants of the missing bridge, rise from the abyss. Across the gap, you think you see a long stone bridge. Wooden beams protrude from the stones on either side of the chasm. Despite their age, they look sturdy enough to hold a grappling hook and rope. Excuse me. I don't really need to do this, I don't think, but I'm going to do it anyway. You aim for the beams on the opposite side of the chasm and hurl your grappling hook across the gap. Snags on one of the beams, digging into the wood as you pull. With a couple firm tugs, you determine that the connection is secure. You tie the free end of the rope to one of the beams next to you. Shimmy across the chasm. The rope remains taut under your weight, but you feel the tension and vibration of every movement as you shimmy across. The groans and creaks of the wooden beams echo in the abyss. You keep your progress slow and steady. Sound of labored breathing echoes across the chasm. Aloth, Durance, and Sagani are tiring. Sagani? Sagani, you're like a little person, and you're a hunter. This should be, like, easy for you. You reach the other side, safe but exhausted. And that's exactly all that was that was just a shortcut to get back the other way. Oh, shoot. Stop, I've not been up this way
I'll
before.
see what I can find.
Make sure I don't run into yet another lightning bolt trap. Someone has skinned this Orlan. Yeah, it's another skinned Orlan.
It's done.
I have a feeling this is just going to be another way into those caves, because there was a couple paths I didn't take.
Huh?
I'm here. What's this, Itamak?
This is where we store our cages at. A little bit of money and a pearl. Oh, that doesn't look good. Torture rack is splattered in blood and gouged by fingernails. Oh, and there's a body on it. Let's not forget that. More worshippers. Or to concentrate, or the ritual won't work and you'll bleed out for nothing. Okay. An old dungeon key. List of names. This creased list of paper contains a list of names. Some have been crossed off. Eat it. Leaves window open at night. Small house on the edge of Kindlevale. Higurdo. Visiting from Old Valia. Doesn't speak Adirian. Keeps to himself. Won't be missed. Hang on, I gotta sneeze. Righto. Tierfeist lives in small encampment on road to log home. Takes solitary walks each morning at sunrise. Should be most vulnerable then. Belmis leaves his parents leave him alone after temple services. Each god and dag. Senless visits a mistress in Balreach every third Folkstag. Get him on the road. Check Gildavale and Andra's Gift. May find more interested parties there. So this guy's looking to kid. I really should just murder everybody in this place. Final Journal of Jonas. Did I read this one? I read this, right? Yeah, I think. Yeah. I don't know why this is in here again. Weird. Yeah, I may be murdering everybody in this place. These people are not the kind of people I'm gonna let live. Even if I've apparently helped them out, even though I didn't want to. Maybe I should have just killed her. I'm having second thoughts. Part of me is like I should reload it. What to do, what to do, what to do. If I reload it, I gotta go through this dungeon again.
Yeah.
Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm looking at this in terms of she can maybe be helped. These guys can't be allowed to live, though. Thus,
Yeah.
man, I wish you could disarm those traps,
I know.
Sagani. It's such a pain walking around these.
Hey,
Yeah, we're gonna kill these guys.
how may I help?
What?
Ready, Watcher.
Sure.
Hi, everybody.
Hey,
I have some concerns I'd like to discuss with you about this whole
I'm
thing.
ready. I understand.
If that's okay with you.
Fine.
Mindbreaker, a preacher.
Ready, Watcher.
yes?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Can't let you guys live. You've got some bad things in mind. Oh great, this guy looks like he's gonna be a little bit of a chore. Oh, is he dead? Did I get him? Man, he's alive. Where'd he go? Did he teleport or something? Where the hell is he at? He did not get killed. Wyman miss. Oh, he must be charmed. That's what it is. Okay, guys. Don't. Yeah, I was gonna say, get back on him. Liquid, stop being stupid. Okay.
A campfire would be good.
That's nice, but we got some business to attend to here before we worry about a campfire. Yeah, fine. Damn it. Alright.
Yeah.
Exceptional Morning Star. I will throw that in the stash, but I may look at that closer in a while. Cheese in the stash. Take that. Money. Wyman's keys. Key is made of polished bone and feels surprisingly sturdy despite its slight weight. Alright. Sagani, could we make
Ready,
sure
Watcher.
there's no traps on his chest?
I'll take a look.
Wyman's notebook. Looping scribbles are difficult to read, but as you flip through the pages, you can make out several passages. Near the beginning, you read, "Will be a suitable place for my experiments. There's an abundance of space, and more importantly, locals are content to ignore it." You know what? Hang on. Can't help myself. Is it this one? We're gonna do this differently. I'm gonna kill the poor girl. I feel like I helped these guys. Screw it. Never mind. Never mind. We'll run with it. That decision is gonna bug the hell out of me now. Alright. Looping scribbles are difficult to read, but as you flip through the pages, you can make out several passages. Near the beginning, you read, "Will be a suitable place for my experiments. There's an abundance of space, and more importantly, locals are content to ignore it. I could probably construe." You skip ahead several pages. Willing volunteers. Legacy has brought many grievances to the surface, and capturing the essence is primarily a matter of timing. Ritual of the effigy serves as a good template for... Scan the middle of the book. Died and their essence evaporated. Next time I'll have to try a smaller concentration of the reagent. Turn to the last page. Noble from Defiance Bay. Results were mostly consistent across the subjects. The challenge is always applying the method to an unwilling participant, but her situation may prove an advantage. If I can bring those memories of her uncle to the forefront, it might render her essence more susceptible to the process. Alright. Take that. What is this? A unique dagger, one-handed. Well, I got one person that uses it. Actually, Sagani, you kind of need like a melee weapon. That'll work. Give that to Pelaginas. She doesn't have anything in her inventory. Give that to Adir, because he's going to possibly need that at some point down the road. Alright. Let's hunt. Ain't gonna be anything up here but these rooms over here. I still gotta find out where that ladder goes to, come to think of it, but first. Oh, do you guys still think I'm good?
Hey. All right then.
That's alright.
Right.
You guys just hang out right there.
I'm ready. I understand.
You three get
How may I
back.
help?
And
Yeah.
Feels like I've been tossed around in a snowstorm.
Yeah.
and maybe I should rest before I kill everybody else here. Sagani, did you miss
Ready,
this
Watcher.
chest?
I'm on
Did
the
I not open this? Because this was when my net went down. Looks like it.
Huh?
Alright. Taking naps since everybody's complaining.
Watcher.
Did you guys finally get your crap together?
Lavaru.
Oh, Sagani, what do you... Sagani, why did you run up into the middle of all this?
Ready, Watcher.
Liquid, what are you doing? Sometimes the AI gets very weird in this game, like... people just... don't do what you would think they would do. Take all that. Was that him going, yeah? I think it might have been.
Hey.
Okay, I think this room actually has a bigger group in it. Let them come to me, maybe. Ayla, throw a fireball at that door, please.
Hi. Hey.
Hey. Fine, fine.
Of course.
Is there anywhere else in here that I did not kill anybody? This middle hallway, maybe? Yeah, wait a minute. Where's this room at? I missed this somehow. So let's head up there. Now, it should be the last room of cultists that I've decided to just ruthlessly slaughter. Oh, hey, here's one. Oh, here's many. Aloth, get back. Let's do a Noxious Burst right there. You can stop chanting, I think you're dead. Unless that was my guys. Alright, we didn't go this way yet, which means Sagani
Ready, Watcher.
traps. We sometimes think he's doing this mostly for research. You wouldn't say that if you'd heard the way he talked about that visiting lord.
Yes?
Wonder if I
Indeed.
can maybe
Nice and quiet.
get Aloth. I don't know if you can launch magic. I guess you can.
Ah, thank you.
Alright, run back. Quick. Good old fireball into a room of enemies trick. Uh-oh. Alright, you're only confused for 2 seconds. You'll be alright. There we go.
That's it.
Boy, I can't wait to get back to town and figure out how this thing is going to go with the nobleman. Man in bloody robes lies dead upon a table. A heavy crust of blood surrounds his mouth and eyes.
I'm here.
But at least this takes care of all these guys, so they aren't going to be kidnapping all the people that were on that list. So I kind of did something right. Alright, so... I can get up this way, right? It's a very confusing dungeon. Actually, I wonder if I go talk to that cage now, if they're going to say something. It should be quiet. I took your revenge for you. In a backward-ass way, but I did it. Alright, save it. And let's see what happens next. Hey, Sunnif. How you doing? think I'm done with everything around here. So let's exit out, go to town, and find out. Ooh, there's stuff I must have missed. Things are going well. Net's giving me a little bit of trouble. I already had to restart the stream once. So I'm trying it out for a little while, and if it keeps working, I'll stick around. And if not, then I'll have to see what happens. Yeah, I've had a bad time with trying to get anything streamed this week. Had stuff come up the last 2 days prior.
You
I wanna-
seem preoccupied with details, Aloth. Almost consumed by them, I'd say.
Once you've seen a colleague misuse Archimere's capricious hex, you learn an appreciation for details.
This sounds like wizard talk, so I'll just take your word for it.
Anyway, Pelagina, since she just interrupted me, I don't mind, it's okay. I want to try to get some progress done on this, because it's such a long game. Now, console hot's supposed to be really hard, isn't it? You trying to trick me? What the heck was I gonna do here? Yeah, I know about some of this stuff. I played this a little bit once before. I didn't get too far into it, but I read up on some things as I was going through it. I know to avoid console hot for now, and I'm not sure about Dugan's Battery or whatever that one place is. Oh, the noble's daughter. Well, I let her go because I thought that would be better than just grabbing her and breaking her neck. But then the Skane people were like cool with me, and I found her little list of names of people they wanted to kidnap. So I went back and I ruthlessly slaughtered everybody there. I killed all of them, and now I'm about to find out how this noble woman is probably going to kill her dad. Or her uncle, rather. Like, I'm all for this dude dying. I just don't want her to, like, go to prison or something for it.
I'm worried sick, dear.
The older
Did
elf...
something happen to you? It's time Elisa and I moved on. It will be good to reach the quiet of Ina's Rest after all of this.
Pelagian nods your way, tell him. It's too late, her mind's been poisoned by a Skanite animaster.
Is this your idea of a joke? What's this about?
Wait. No, my idea of a joke involves a pathetic old lord and his niece. You have a vile sense of humor. He looks back at Alice, fixed on her placid, empty gaze, but you may be right about one thing. I thought she was just exhausted after her misadventures, but... He sighs, turning to the guard next to him. Back to Defiance Bay, then. Perhaps he'll know what to do in Brackenbury. I can only hope this won't complicate the her impending match. He shifts his weight. Indeed, my lord. Excuse me. Come. We should get her to Brackenbury as quickly as possible. I'm not just going to let them go. Not so fast. If I'm going to forfeit the pleasure of burying a knife in your gut, I expect due compensation. His shoulders stiffen. I don't appreciate your crude manners or your foul insinuations, but take this and let us end this wretched business between us. Turns back to Alice. Let her go, or let's go, my dear, quickly. Well, I guess she's gonna kill him anyway. Maybe she'll get away after that. I wonder if I had Grieving Mother with me if she could have done something. Because she's a cipher, right? Excuse me. Because the funny thing is, I was actually about to put her in my party here to get her quest dialogue thing done that I couldn't figure out the other day.
Gods keep you.
I'd like to have a room, but not. Pelagini, you're out for a bit. Grieving Mother, you're in. Actually, you know what? No, take that back. Aloth, you're out for a bit. Pelagini, you're in. We'll do that. Wonder if you have anything to say about that, Dingler?
Hello.
No, you don't. I need to go back to that Dyer guy and look in that locked room then, because I figured he had the noble woman, but I guess I was wrong about that one. Let's talk.
Your mind comes bearing questions, Watcher.
I like Pelagina a lot. She's growing on me. Aloth could use a break. He's been around since I got him. I have questions for you. Okay. I want to... Wait, how did I want to do this? Perhaps you'd like to hear what I saw in your memories.
And what did you see in my memories? I would hear you speak.
I want to help you recall it.
Tell me what you saw.
Okay.
Show me what you saw. Where were you?
Before I start chapter 3, bring him back into the party. Okay. A huge forest.
The stone of the plateau. Its color. Tell me its color.
Silver Adra.
And what did these hands hold?
I'm not sure. There was a child you were bringing forth in your hands. I don't recall. I think I got it. There is a sudden intake of breath and then a release. Her eyes blur closed, forming into slits, but in a brief glimpse you have of her changing expression, the rippling pain in her features seems to have smoothed. She swallows once, twice, and then you feel her again in your thoughts, the rasping husk of her voice swallowed and drawn within her.
It was the birthing bell you saw. Has it been so long? Have I forgotten so much?
And yes, I did look up that dialogue tree there because I don't know if that was like obvious last time, and I was just really tired after a 5-hour stream and couldn't catch what the heck I was doing, but yeah, I ended up looking it up. With words comes a river of impulses, thoughts as if loosed from a breaking dam, and as your mind wraps the impulses into words, you realize it is her muscles and her heart and thoughts relaxing and breathing again. There is such an intensity you almost want to step back from the flow, but you find a wave of impulses causes questions to float to the surface. Among them is a name, Watcher. What's the birthing bell?
It is a plateau formed of the spirit stone Audra. At its top is set a great bell, cradled in the reaching arm of the plateau. It stirs in the wind, and it sounds for leagues when struck by Kith hands.
It was obvious, yeah, I figured.
In distant times, the great bell served as a Glanfathan watchtower, perhaps. Why they abandoned it, I do not know. Other men came in time, settlers, and claimed the tower as their own. I, in turn, claimed it from them. The pillar became a cradle where I could draw new souls into the world.
In your memory, were you helping a woman give birth?
Yes. Yet, I believe you only saw a small part of the birthing ritual. It is not all in a moment, nor in a day. It is a journey of many years between the child, the mother, and I.
There was much I could do to aid the mother. Some sought the physical comforts of ritual to steady their thoughts, even Adra from the bell. Others would seek advice, words of counsel for the days ahead. I was able to provide draughts, tinctures, and a reading of the child's spirit, all to strengthen the mother. Can you tell me about the birthing ritual?
The ritual was one of many steps. It took many tens of years to carve them, but always the child's thoughts were there to guide me from the moment it began to awaken, to the 3 seasons within the mother, to the birthing day, and the years to follow. The child's thoughts, that is where it began.
She's another one that I saw her name come up a lot, and everybody was... that I was reading about, like when I was looking this game up on forums, they were talking about her like you should keep her in your party. Because I guess she was interesting or whatever, I don't know. But, I ended up getting a spoiler about her too. I already know about something coming up later where I have the option to make her remember something so she doesn't forget it. And I'm supposed to make it so that she remembers it because it leads to a better ending.
The expectant mother, I could often sense her thoughts, and those of her child, before she could. I would soothe her, free her from the panic of questions. I would sound the memory of the birthing bell atop the plateau in her mind, letting the memory of the vibrations fill my thoughts and hers. Often, the child's soul could hear it too, so the sound of the bell echoed in the mother's thoughts.
You sense the mother's thoughts? Sharing memories and thoughts can bond lives together, as can hardships, and most of all the sharing of what is familiar. The bell itself provided shelter for such thoughts, opportunities to see deep into the crevice, hollows in the rock where one could find shelter, clefts where you could feel the air all around you. As she speaks, you feel your legs bent, crossed in the warmth of walls around you, and blankets woven thick beneath you. Such shared images can bond souls even tighter and allow them to draw strength from each other. You mentioned the ritual lasted years. What would happen after birth? Once the pain is channeled away and the mother and child breathe again, I sound the birthing bells on my wrists and allow the mother to hear the child's thoughts, the ringing echoing in each other's thoughts. The bells open a way between them, let her feelings pass into the newborn, and let her feel the child in return. And when the feelings meet, that is when I weave another memory and leave it tied in their minds. Hey, it's supposed to be healthy. Did these bells play an important role in the birthing process? Yes, and for years after. I gave a set to the child after delivery. It is a reminder of the memory the mother and child shared. You feel an odd sensation, a warmth, and you can feel a smile being shared. Then it flickers, and it is gone. As the bells coax the child forth, so they accompany the child onward, fastened about the wrist to care for him in mind and body. There's no magic in it except the magic of practicality. If a child sought to leave their cradles or escape their cribs. Yeah, I don't think I could either. And I'm like one of those people that I'll try like almost anything. But that's a bit too far for me, probably. Even with salt and pepper. The mother could know through the warning of the chimes alone. At times that the bond was strong, so would I. The sensation of a smile comes again, slower, more knowing between you. If not watched, children, much trouble may be had from tiny hands. Not even ketchup. The chimes are kept until the child needs them no longer. When I no longer can hear them sounding in my mind, I know their spirit has changed, and the bonds we shared are long gone. The shedding may last many years, or but a few, but it is necessary. But at least it led to a good story, so it was worth it. And you've learned a valuable lesson. You watched over these children for years after their births. Children are fragile things. Even the ties of blood and mind may not be enough. They must be watched and even Even then, the body may fail the mind, but if watched, even a most sickly child may cling to life if determined enough, and many of their souls were tied to me. What's going on, Tenwin? How you doing? I'll tell you, too, if I disappear, my net is acting up today, so I may end up vanishing. It sounds like you've seen tragedy, too. Enough to never wish to feel it again. In times before the bell, children who died were cast upon the waters of the lake beyond the bell. Sometimes while alive, if their past or futures were deemed weak. It was a different time. Children were treated carelessly. Those times are past. Well, and part of it too with like a lot of these new characters when I first get them, I try to do a lot of the reading early on to kind of get that part out of the way. So I'm kind of hoping like once I do some of this talking with Grieving Mother, she like doesn't have quite as much going on. She's very cryptic. I have other questions about the birthing bell. Ask what you will, I will provide what answers I can. Why would you give a telling of a child's spirit?
Many would come seeking their child's future, or a reading into the child's past, the lives its soul is said to have lived.
There is a slow chill. For a moment it seems as if she is going to fade from your vision, as if she can't bear to be seen. And there is a spike of fear, alarm.
Such things are not mine to see. I meant no offense.
Oddly enough, it feels as if she's not speaking to you. It feels like she's speaking to an audience. The air takes on a curious edge, a chill, which persists for a sharp moment, then fades into a dull fear. You feel the word watcher resounding in her mind. Excuse me. You're frightened. Something about watchers. As the thought of watchers crosses your mind, you feel a sharp pain, stabbing in a sudden burn of lashes across your back and shoulder, and then it is gone, and you feel the Grieving Mother before you, silent, almost fearful, weary.
I was something else, but because the title Watcher was cast on me, the word carried a weight I had neither earned nor deserved. The world seems filled with such titles. They distract, I think, from the actions of the person, from their strengths.
I don't mind Durance quite as much. Plus, Durance is like, you talk to him for a while, and then even he's kind of like, okay, I've talked enough, we've talked enough, shut up, let's move on for a while. Why did you believe you were a Watcher?
The world has many corners, and in some corners the name Watcher is more known. It is an easier title than others, and at times it is easier to wear. Placing a title upon what is unknown can dispel the fear of it, and I did not fight it. I even believed it true, though I knew little of the ways of Watchers. It even granted me strength. I was able to see the thoughts of others, shape them, and help guide souls. Watcher seemed enough, and the name seemed to matter little in the light of one's acts.
But if they came to you to read their child's souls, what did you tell them?
I drew upon the present. I felt the soul of the mother before me, and used that to tell the child's path, to give it a voice. Only the thoughts of the mother and the emotions that lie beneath were mine to impart. I did, and so I used that as the telling of their child's future.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with him. He seems like he's a great character. I'm just not sure, like, if I like him as in, like, he's a great guy or anything like that. Obviously, he's a bit, I don't know. He's got strong feelings about things, put it that way. What if it turned out to be untrue?
Futures fulfilled by one's own spirit are as strong as anything seen by another's eyes. And if one draws from the emotion of the mother, it matters only when harm is done. And their lives I knew well. I could weave their lives, their thoughts over time, to the mother, to the child, and once the child had been born, was sheltered, I could relax the threads of thought until the child could stand on its own.
So you shaped their thoughts, made the readings true.
This is my calling, to show them the life I see before them, and even greater, make them believe it.
This is not what a watcher does. We do not shape minds, we see them as they are.
Even the most strongly worded tells may not be enough to save a child and allow it to be born. If I have the strength to strip away the stem of a mother's spite to expose kindness, weave nurturing from disdain and neglect, then that is my calling. And with the weight of Watcher behind my thoughts, these tells gain strength. Strength I never possessed on my own. They believed. And what they believed became the truth. With each child that was set upon that path, the title of Watcher became stronger.
I will say PoE may end up getting played after the game that I'm playing after this one, PoE 2, because I'm really intrigued about that one.
You must understand, without such weight upon my words, many lives would have been lost, drowned, cast in the lake beyond the bell. Now the trail to the lake is lost and reclaimed by the forest, as was meant. A Watcher was not there to look over us, but it was a Watcher that saved them. And with a Watcher's strength, children were born, were cared for, and grew strong.
Plus, in all honesty, PoE's brought me like my biggest audience I've had on this stream yet, so hell, maybe I should do more of it. To inflict your will on another, that is not reading, that is control.
What use is a frightened will when a spirit is at stake? Would you let the fears of a mother end her newborn's life? You felt it in the memory, the weight of it, the importance of the child's life. It was a memory we shared.
Did we share that memory, or did you inflict it on me? And suddenly there is a rasping cry across your consciousness. She raises her hands, and you see the chimes draped from them, yet they make no sound as she moves.
A greater good was done, and children were saved. It is a choice you may be forced to make one day, and when faced with it, you will make the same one.
When that happens, I'll be making my own choice.
This choice is not yours to make, Watcher. You will do as the world needs, as its children need. It is greater than you and your twist of sight.
You can't tell me what I'm gonna do. I want to discuss something different. I heard the name Watcher in your thoughts when you remembered a birthing bell. Why?
It is because I once believed I was one, and others believed I was one.
Yeah, it does sound pretty good. Sounds intriguing. There is a slow chill, and for a moment it seems as if she is going to fade from your vision, as if she can't bear to be seen. I think I asked her why she believed she was a Watcher already. There is another name for someone with your abilities. I see the word cipher in your mind and see its meaning. Although I did not train in such things, and the title feels more of a cloak the world casts on me and judges me for. It's curious how a title such as that can define one, and at times be the source of such emotion that comes from no one but the voices of others. It is a curse of the world. Do you know anything about Watchers? I feel that they were once marked, hated. Such hate feels dimmed now. I can feel it. Other hatreds have risen for other titles, but they burned bright in the past. Now hates have shifted focus, and they may fall on the same again, either you or me. I see. This one kind of does that too a little bit. It has a lot of choices you make where it's sort of like, okay, it's not clear necessarily what's the right answer, but it's the one that you choose. You got to choose which one you feel more comfortable with, I guess. There's a lot of that in this, I noticed. At least opposed to something like Baldur's Gate, how that was. I want to make sure I Didn't miss a thing here. Okay, I think that's... Am I done with you? No. Tell me about the birthing bell.
The birthing bell. It is where I could draw new souls into the world. I recall some of the memory of it through what you have seen, but not all.
Where is the birthing bell located? The birthing bell lies deep in the great forest of Deerwood at the borders of Glenfathan lands. Surrounding it, barely a town, not one you would find on any map, but it held an important place for those there, even if we were far from the beaten track. Small families tied like a knot, joined at the wrist in mind and thought. All were welcome, all had purpose. Alright, now... I think I'm done in Deerwood, other than I gotta find these ruins outside of Deerwood. Durgan's Battery. That wants to go to Twin Elms. Grieving Mother. Oh, I gotta go see Rumbald about the ogre that I let go. Sure, he'll be thrilled about that. Yeah, I had no problem killing Raedric. Especially when I found his woman in that room and he had killed her, and it was like, okay. You gotta go, buddy. You're crazed. You're crazed at this point. Pig farmer's down here somewhere. You had the cute little pigs. Where were your cute little pigs at? There we go. I'm gonna see cute little pigs again. Hi, I have some news. You might not like it, but...
Hello.
I convinced the monster to leave. You won't be seeing him again. He balls his hands into two shaking fists. His face starts to redden. But that son of a Orlan whore... I think he's too big for that. That thing devoured my entire herd. I wanted it dead, and I wanted to mount his head on a pike. Well, tough. The ogre is no longer your problem, and that's what matters. He takes another long, deep breath. You're right. Here, take this for your troubles. I should look on the bright side. The ogre's gone. I can start rebuilding my herd. He crosses his arms and looks at his piglets. In another 6 months, these will be grown and ready to breed. Although, he takes one of the pigs and gives it a quick examination. This runt's still looking too small. I don't expect to get any good litters out of it, and I just as soon not have it weaken the rest of my stock. Why don't you take it? Gives me one less mouth to feed anyway. Pig trots over to you, his pink snout wiggling. You know what? Jaws, you've been running around for a long time, buddy. Let's let the little... Actually, I heard... I guess not. Jaws, get in the stash for a while. Got some money. Some bandits still took some stuff from me. Still, as stones completed, Hero Vice returns to the stronghold with experience, 5 mossy rock, and money, and other stuff. Ahem. The trip to the Ixmitil Plains was largely uneventful, but Hero Vice discovered a grisly sight upon arriving at the Apahulio. I know I got it pronouncing that wrong. I'm sure it doesn't have a Spanish pronunciation. Adra Circle. Over 50 locals have been permanently petrified among the stones. It took a few days of investigation, but Hero Vice learned that the abductions all happened at specific times of night and in a pattern for miles around the stones. With the assistance of an Apahulio, mathematician and philosopher, Hero Vice was able to expose the killer, an extremely powerful Adrigan that had been protecting the Adra Circle for centuries. When Kith discovered the secret place, she began systematically stalking and petrifying anyone who lived within walking distance